Hi, this is Sharon,
Hey, this is Gary,
and we're Rough Road RV Life
and we like looking at freedom.
every day. And today we answer the question of how much does it cost us to full-time RV?
Good question.
And it depends, doesn't it?
Yes. It mostly depends on her and her lavish ways, but we're going to break it down a little bit, and we've kind of taken out that extravagance, but
Well,
this is what it's going to come up to anyway.
it depends on your travel style. If you like to go to resorts, you're going to pay more. If you like to boondock, you're going to pay less.
Yeah. Our travel style is like me. I'm a very simple traveler. And if you're more like her, then you're a more lavish traveler. But between me and her, we're in the middle.
Yeah, we, as you know, don't listen to him. We can ask him to leave in a minute, but
I would never tell a lie.
we like to stay at Army Corps parks and state parks, anywhere where there's woods and trails and fishing and that kind of thing. So we stay at private parks, but that's not our go-to. We also visit with family, so we do a little bit of mooch docking here and there.
Mm-hmm.
We're not boondockers. We don't go out some dirt road and camp out.
Yeah, we don't. Occasional lot dock.
Yeah, we lot dock. Okay, so that's just a little rundown of our travel style. We don't eat out a lot. We live pretty simple lives. We're retired and we can. So that's our travel style.
That's it. Okay, so this concludes this video.
All right.
Travel simple.
Also depends on the year you're traveling, where you're going, when you're going there. Is it tourist season, and any discounts that are available?
Yeah, like East Coast is probably more expensive than Central United States or, up top.
Yeah, the more you travel, you'll get a feel for the more costly places and the less expensive places.
Right. So we have a little outline here. If you see us glancing over, because I'm old and I don't remember nothing.
And I ramble. So
and she rambles and I don't remember. So between the two of us, these videos sometimes are rather taxing.
We're going to take a look at our 2021 travel expenses and focusing on our RV fuel and our campground fees.
Okay. And just a quick Florida, and we meandered up to Pennsylvania, over to West Virginia, and then back down to like North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, back to Florida. Did I miss something maybe?
Missouri, Branson, Missouri over there.
Yeah, so that's the general area where we traveled 2021.
Yes.
This is the numbers that we incurred during that little travel there.
Yes. Which will be different from this year. So.
Yes.
All right.
So
we are going to begin with fuel or
either one.
fees. Well, let's start with fuel because
You're the boss.
You have to have fuel to get there, right?
You have to have fuel.
All right. So RV fuel. We travel in a Class A motorhome. It is a diesel, and we pull a towed vehicle, but we are not going to include that. We drive it very little, so we are only talking about our motorhome fuel.
Right. 33-foot motorhome, 300 horsepower Cummins diesel, roughly 24,000 pounds. Mm-hmm. Kind of some stats on weight and what we're doing.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in 2021, our motorhome, Rough Road, traveled 5,359 miles. And this motorhome of ours runs right at 10 miles per gallon. So we roughly had to spend about $1,830 on diesel fuel for that trip last year.
And we keep our travel distances at our 150 miles or less. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we go over, but we try not to.
Right. So $1,830 worth of diesel fuel. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that was our mileage and how much we spent on fuel last year for that travel.
All right, moving on to campground fees.
Campground fees. And as she alluded to earlier, depends on what area you're going to be camping in. Are you a senior? Do you get a senior discount? Some advantages of being old and gray and bald, and that's one of them.
Here's an observation we had in some of the states we visited in 2021. Army Corps prices are double.
So you get your discount and they're normal.
Yeah. Well, you're basically paying the full price there. So they have upped their prices in some areas.
Yes, and like Florida just started a $7 per day electric charge, plus campground fee.
Yeah. So,
I
think we can
different.
all agree that we see a little bit of a uptick in our camping fees.
Right.
But
all that being said,
it's still good.
Yes.
So here you go. Here's our rundown.
So we made 54 stops last year in that journey, and we spent $5,123 on campground fees, which came to about $23 a day without boondocking. Now, if we take out our boondocking days, which was 132 days that we mooched off of our family,
Mooch dock, lot docked.
yeah, that would bring it down to like $14 a day.
Right.
So that's kind of the scenario where we live in.
Yes. So that's a difference. If you have a place that you can park here and there while you're visiting, or if you do boondock, you can. How many dollars difference is that between?
$9.
Save $9 a day.
Over the period of the whole thing.
Right.
So it's about $7,000 between the two, between campground fees and fuel, total for the year, something right at there.
And we'll put how much that is a day for your fuel and your campground fees.
Right.
So there are other considerations. We're not going to go into what we spend, but if you're planning on full-time RV life or even some traveling RV life, there's some other considerations that you need to take into consideration.
Such as us. We're a family of 4. Me, Sharon, and our 2 dogs. 55-pound dogs. And so we consider them 2 people. Because they have food.
They get
They
stuff.
have treats. And of course they have vet bill and vet beds and all that expense too, but that's depending on if you have dogs or not. But anyway, so we typically spend about $650 a month, I would say, on food
on our groceries.
on our family of 4.
Yeah, we do Walmart pickup.
Yes.
We seldom eat out, but we do eat out, and that's not including eating out. As far as dogs go, if you do have dogs, you'll need to budget. If you're traveling, you may not be able to get their meds, so we buy our meds all at one time, and the vet bill for 2 dogs, and we budget for about $1,000 a year. That's how much it costs.
And that's 2 dogs, 12 months worth of the pills.
And here's a tip: shop around for coupons for those online med companies, and pick up the phone and call them, because I've been able to get a discount almost every year by just being a little diligent with that, because they're costly. They're very costly. Okay.
Let's move into something else, something more fun, like repairs and maintenance. The repairs that sends a shiver down anybody's spine, doesn't it? How much is this going to cost us? And all of a sudden, your hair on your neck stands up, and you get chills. You know.
We had a major breakdown, like had to be towed last year, and it wasn't as bad as we thought it would be.
It was our first towing experience.
Right. We had tow service, so the towing was free, and that repair cost $12,000. But
no, not $12,000.
$1,200.
See, this is my life, people. I'm telling you, this is my life right here.
I'll let you do the numbers.
Okay, she gave up. Okay, anyway, we use CoachNet, coach-net.com. That's our roadside assistance company that we use. There's lots of them out there, but we use that one. And they were really good for us this time, but our air conditioning compressor locked up, and when it did, it broke the drive belt. So, and we were in Kentucky,
Yes.
and it wasn't easy to find parts or a repair place where we were in Kentucky. So we had to be towed to a city, Bowling Green, Kentucky, a major city with the Freightliner dealer there, and they did a pretty good job getting us on the road. But anyway, that was our breakdown, and we did have some insurance that covered a lot of it, but we wound up having to spend like $1,200 on our own.
Right. So the whole thing with the maintenance, and we bought batteries. What batteries did you get this year? The house batteries.
Bought
right?
new house batteries this year.
So it was around $2,000 this year. Last year we spent about $2,400 plus the oil change and those type things
On tires.
on tires. Next year we need to have our roof resealed and some upholstery done, and what's one other thing?
We might look at buying a new mattress.
Yeah, a new mattress. So those were some expenses that are coming at us. So we budget for it, and we know it's coming. And of course, always have an emergency fund, because you never know. You can't schedule a breakdown.
No.
And who would want to, right?
And you got to pay yearly or every 6 months, or however you set it up for your insurance for your vehicle or whatever it may be. A motorhome is more expensive probably than a travel trailer.
Right. It depends on where you live.
And we have a tow vehicle also that we have to insure. So, and we're in Florida. Depending on your state, depending on what kind of insurance you have, what kind of deductibles you want, co-pays, all that. The rates are vary greatly. I see questions on the forums about how much people pay for insurance. Well, there's a whole lot of variables there.
So you're going to need insurance.
Yes.
You probably will want to have a roadside assistance. So those are some expenses that you need to plan on.
Right.
Other things to keep in mind are things like air condition filters, water filters, replacement of things that break. Our dehumidifier broke last year, so we had to replace that. But that was a blessing in disguise, because we realized that it wasn't big enough for the space we thought it was. And so we ended up buying these units, 3 of them we put in the RV to take the moisture out of the air in different parts. And so we picked those up at Lowe's.
Yes.
It was what was that company? Anyway,
They were like $20 a piece.
yeah, very effective. And we bought a beefier dehumidifier, so it's really sucking the water out. So we realized that we've been operating at a deficit for a while.
And I have 2 ACs, so I have to have 2 filters for each AC, and I change them like quarterly. I guess it depends on the environment I'm in, dirty, dusty or not, but roughly quarterly. So that's 8 filters for me a year, plus I have an onboard filter, then I have the regular inline filter for water, so got to change those too. So you got to, so all those add up over the cost of the year. Not a lot, but it is some.
Okay, and really quick, just a few other considerations. Club memberships and apps. We have the RV Trip Wizard app. We have Passport America. We have had Harvest Host. We're Escapees members. There's
Good Sam's.
Yeah, there's Good Sam's. There's Thousand Trails. We're not members of them, but others are. So there's different clubs, and they're going to have dues, and Passport America will just go ahead and take your dues out if you don't pay attention to that. That's what they did. So we're going to be members of Passport America for a little while longer, but with Passport America, you can't stay any month that ends with what?
Why?
Any day of the week that ends with Y. You can only use one day here. There's so many restrictions.
Yeah, we weren't real happy with that.
And
one.
so
Some
many
people might
places.
be, but for us it didn't work for us.
Yeah, we found some nice places, but you really have to pay attention to the notes, because they don't cover everywhere. But anyway, expenses for clubs that you decide to participate in. Then you have your health and dental insurance and all that. So to wrap up this little ramble here of how much does it cost us to full-time RV. And the number one tip that I can give you is make a budget. In the beginning, we made a budget. We were coming off 2 incomes to retirement income, and then moving into an RV and not very unsure. So we had a budget and we stuck to it. And after 1 year stationary, 3 years traveling, we're a little more loose and just kind of pay attention to our averages on our budget, because we saw very quickly that, hey, it's totally doable. But just start off with a budget so you don't get out of whack, and so you do know that you are putting aside for these emergencies and the yearly stuff, tags, things like that.
Right. And also keep in mind, like I said before, when I mentioned our campground fees, that I am a senior, and a lot of the places I get like a 50% discount on. Not all of them, but quite a few I actually do.
In the beginning, I wouldn't even book us if we weren't getting a discount, or it'd be. But now I'm over that. So some states give you a discount, some states don't give you a discount. It just depends. I'll stay at. It just depends on where we want to stay now. Pretty much.
The washer and the dryer and the sewer have spoiled her.
I stayed a month in a park in Florida. Loved it. All this recreation around. It was so amazing. So after 4 years of full-time RV life, do we still love it?
Yeah, we still love it. Yeah.
Are we still married?
Yeah, we're still here. We made it 31 years, I guess, in the sticks and bricks, and we're on 3 in that, and the motorhome. So we're doing okay.
1 year stationary, 3 years on the road.
Yeah, so we're still plugging away at it. You know, we got a few more states to click off this year in our ride, but
heading out west. So speaking of what's new for Rough Road.
What's new for Rough Road?
Well, we're going to start putting out shorts.
Oh yeah.
Showing the campsite that we're at. So just a little glimpse of our campsite.
Yeah.
Campsite at a glance.
We're still doing the tour of the campground that we go to.
Right.
But we're going to add a little shorts in there
We'll
now.
continue to do the tour and RV life videos here and there. Our YouTube shorts may include some goofy dogs and quick tips here and there. So look for that.
So if you've got any specific questions on money or budgeting or anything, or expenses, just ask them in the comments, and we'll give you an honest answer we can give. We know what at least as far as we're concerned, how much it would cost to do something.
Right.
If we know. So just ask in the comments, and we'll get back to you.
Yep.
Yeah, we have no problem with that. So.
And if you don't have a question, just say hello.
Yeah.
All right. So that's our little peek at our budget for fuel and fees in 2021.
It would be a lot less if you didn't spend a month in an area with family.
Oh, I forgot to add that. If you are mood stocking and you're staying with family, know that there will be a sharp uptick in eating out and miscellaneous spending.
Yes.
Perhaps field trips and things like that.
Shopping with grandkids. Gary doesn't shop, so.
And don't forget to budget for Christmas, because we have a lot of children and grandchildren and birthdays, and it's Amazon gift cards.
That doesn't change whether you're in a motorhome or an RV or a home or an apartment. So that's still going to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And keep in touch. Facebook Live and Zoom. It's all good. All right. So that's another whole video.
And I've also seen, just touch on that, it's not really part of this, but I've seen people on blogs ask about how people's kids or grandkids reacted to people going full time on the road, and I will say that our kids and grandkids have been fully backed us on our decision to do this. We've had
I think we're very
good support
supported.
from all of them. Yeah,
they're not worried about us yet.
I mean, I got one son-in-law that says, "Hey, when you come here, I just dropped 50 amp service in, so you can plug right in." And then we had another daughter that laid a gravel pad and put some electric in, and the other daughter put 30 amp in for us. So they've been they've been backing us for it. We haven't had any bad vibes from any of them over doing this lifestyle.
Speaking of family, we have company,
yes.
So we're going to sign off.
My son's coming, so I got to make coffee.
So this is Sharon.
It's 90 degrees, but I have to make coffee.
Gary. Rough Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. We hope to see you on the road. Safe travels.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.